Brilliance Audio presents the unabridged recording of The Survivors Club by J. Carson Black, performed by Joyce Bean. To my mother, Mary Falk, and my aunt, Evelyn Ridgway, with all my love. You two always did love a good conspiracy. September 2012. The Hilton, Atlanta. Alex Shepard rested his hands on his knees and took a few breaths before turning to walk clockwise around the hotel's running track. The late September sun turned sultry, the golden light flaring off the windows of the convention center across the way. It had taken him a long time to come back from the accident, but he'd been put together pretty well, and while he wasn't the runner he once was, he could still keep up a good clip. As he walked, he gazed out at the downtown Atlanta skyline. The sun was sinking, an orange ball in the sky. He looked down at the building below him, a down-in-the-mouth bar. His wife had left him. He didn't blame her. She couldn't understand his obsession with skydiving. Didn't understand why a few weeks after he fell into that swamp in Florida he was already thinking about it. She said he was like a kid, and not in a good way. How could they begin to think about having children when he was like a cocked gun, ready to explode in her face at any minute? Annette was not a risk-taker. He'd known that when they got married a couple of years ago. What had seemed an interesting conversation piece when she was his girlfriend had turned into reality. He lived, ate, breathed, and slept risk. He was risky in his investments. That didn't turn out too well early on, but he was on the rebound, and his presence here in Atlanta was proof of that. And according to Annette, he had a risky lifestyle. He was an adrenaline junkie. 2 weeks ago she'd left, wrestling 2 suitcases to the front door, her face a cold mask. And then the mask crumpled, and she cried in long, jagged sobs. He remembered then the reason he had married her, how much he had loved her, and reached out to steady her by the shoulders, to hold her, to comfort her, as he had done so many times before. She had slapped him across the face and said the last word she spoke to him face to face. "You," she said, you, and turned and walked out into the...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?